Mama June isn't helping Alana despite homelessness? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Mama June and Honey Boo Boo have had a long list of issues in the past, and most of them were related to money. The former stole her daughter's fund, further deteriorating their relationship and making things work. However, it appears that Shannon still isn't making any efforts to mend fences with her. Fans were in shock when they recently saw Mama June not stepping up to help Alana during crisis. She is on the verge of becoming a homeless person, and her mother is the least bothered. What is this controversy all about? Why Shannon isn't helping her daughter in this crisis? What is she up to now? Why Mama June isn't helping Honey Boo Boo despite homelessness? Honey Boo Boo has been living in Denver, Colorado for a while now. She moved out for the sake of Regis University in the Mile High City. The celeb's boyfriend accompanied her, and these two moved out of Mama June and her family drama. Since then, things have been falling in Alana's favor until now. She recently took to Instagram and begged her audience for help. Honey Boo Boo revealed that she would anyhow have to move to a new residence on September 1, and yet she hasn't found a place. The celeb claimed that she would soon become homeless in Denver because she didn't have anywhere to go. While Alana was asking her audience to help, many of them wondered why Mama June wasn't stepping up for her. The latter simply reshared the clip and asked her fans to assist further. Shannon further tagged Honey Boo Boo and requested her audience to help. Fans were in shock and slammed her. They explained to her that this isn't the way a mother comes up when her daughter is in crisis and wondered why she was still least bothered and negligent. Mama June. Why Alana isn't able to get a house in Denver? Mama June star Alana initially asked her audience to help her with her college fees. She claimed that she wasn't able to cover the cost and wondered if any of her fans knew about some kinds of scholarships. Just after a few weeks, Honey Boo Boo again begged for help as nothing was working out in Denver. She explained that she had searched almost everywhere, but she wasn't able to get a house at all. Alana explained that Dralen's credit is basically freezing things up. He has more than $1,000 in student loans on his credit card, because of which they aren't getting a house. Moreover, Honey Boo Boo's credit score is 0. She noted Alana's trying to build her credit, but literally 0. Zilch. Because of all this, she is finding it hard to get a house on an urgent basis. Honey Boo Boo admitted that she usually prefers a house with a yard because of her dog, but she is ready to move into an apartment as well because she simply wants a roof right now. However, her viewers are still trying their best to solve her issues. Several Denver residents even offered her to live with them till her crisis was over. Keep coming back to TV season and spoilers for more updates. Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson is facing a life-altering crisis, and fans are growing furious as it becomes increasingly clear that Mama June Shannon isn't stepping in to help. For a child star who once charmed the world with her sparkle and sass, this latest chapter in Alana's life is anything but glittery. It's a raw, unsettling reality filled with uncertainty, and at the heart of it lies a painful question. Why won't her own mother offer support while she teeters on the edge of homelessness? The situation is rapidly unfolding as more information emerges about Alana's living conditions, financial struggles, and emotional toll. This isn't just a bump in the road, it's a full-blown crisis, and June's silence is echoing louder than any words could. What happened to the once inseparable mother-daughter duo? How did a girl who was once the star of the family reality show become so isolated in her time of need? Fans are left reeling, and what they're witnessing feels less like a family feud and more like emotional abandonment. The reality behind the glamour, behind the filtered Instagram posts and occasional red carpet appearances, Alana has been quietly fighting for her future. At just 19 years old, she's doing what most young adults do, trying to make it in the world. She recently began her college journey, a major step for someone whose childhood was largely shaped by public dysfunction, chaotic family dynamics, and fame that often felt more like a trap than a blessing. But college life has come with a heavy price tag, one Alana can barely afford. With limited financial support, a strained family structure, and no real safety net, she's been working hard to cover rent, food, and tuition. Her lease is about to expire, and with no affordable alternatives and no word of assistance from her biological mother. Her support system, once anchored by her older sister, Lauren Pumpkin Itford, has been buckling under its own weight. Pumpkin, who took custody of Alana when June spiraled into addiction years ago, has done everything possible to provide stability. But with 4 young kids of her own and a crumbling marriage to navigate, she's barely staying afloat herself. Now, with both women in crisis, fans are looking toward the one person who should be showing up and standing tall. But Mama June? Nowhere to be found. A history of hurt. Mama June's track record with her daughters is riddled with disappointment and damage. Her struggles with addiction tore the family apart. She chose toxic relationships over her children, disappeared when they needed her most, and has only recently made vague attempts to re-enter their lives through reality television and public statements. When Alana was placed in Pumpkin's custody, it wasn't just a temporary solution. It was a lifeline. June had spiraled so deeply into chaos that she was deemed unfit to care for her youngest child. Over time, June would pop in and out of her daughters' lives, promising change, but rarely delivering when it mattered. Now, years later, Alana is no longer a little girl in need of diapers and bedtime stories. She's a young adult navigating a harsh world, and for all her strength, she shouldn't have to do it alone. Yet June seems detached, as if the responsibility expired with Alana's high school graduation. Fans are calling it what it is: neglect, not just of a child, but of a daughter who has never stopped needing her mother, just in different ways. The fan outcry. The public response has been nothing short of explosive. As Alana's situation gained attention through online discussions and concerned insider leaks, social media became a battlefield of disbelief and anger. Loyal fans, many of whom have followed the Shannon family since the early days of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, feel personally betrayed. They've watched Alana grow up and screen. They've cheered her on, defended her through online bullying, and celebrated her milestones. Now they're watching helplessly as she faces one of the darkest moments of her life. Why isn't Mama June helping? Comment sections are overflowing with condemnation. Some point out June's past extravagant spending on cosmetic procedures and luxury items, contrasting it with her daughter's desperate need for basic housing. Others reflect on her recent TV appearances, where she claimed to be rebuilding trust with her daughters. To them, this crisis is proof that words mean nothing without action. Many are now pleading with networks and production companies to step in and offer Alana support, if not for virality's sake, then as a way of making right what was arguably exploited for years: the fragile mother-daughter bond. Despite the anger, there's an undercurrent of sorrow with this story, because the absence isn't just physical or financial. It's emotional. Alana's world has been shaped by a mother who often seemed to love the spotlight more than the responsibilities that came with it. That kind of wound doesn't heal easily, especially when it's reopened by silence during times of crisis. The mother-daughter bond between June and Alana has been frayed for years. They tried reconciliation on camera. They shared hugs and tears in front of millions. But real healing can't be manufactured for ratings, and once the cameras stop rolling, the fractures remain. Sources close to Alana say she has longed for her mother's approval, for her support, for her stability. But as she stands on the precipice of homelessness, that hope is dwindling. She's learning, perhaps for the final time, that June may never be the mother she needs. A daughter's strength. While the public focuses on Mama June's inaction, there's another story emerging, one of quiet, unshakable strength. Alana is doing everything she can to protect her future. She's pursuing higher education. She's managing her image. She's working behind the scenes to find housing options, juggle classes, and keep a brave face for her fans. The girl who once relied on tiaras and catchphrases has grown into a young woman of grit and resilience. She doesn't need handouts. She doesn't crave fame. She needs what any young adult deserves: a stable place to live, a safety net when things fall apart, and family who show up without being begged. The reality is, Alana shouldn't have to fight so hard. Not after everything she's endured. Not with a mother who could step in with just one phone call. Where does Mama June go from here? The public outcry isn't going away. If anything, it's growing louder by the day. Fans, advocates, and even fellow reality stars are voicing their disappointment, urging June to break the cycle and prove that change is possible. This is a pivotal moment for June, for Alana, and for the narrative that has followed this family for over a decade.